What's up, guys? I'm about to build me some new lights for fishing. My other light blowed last night is pretty old. I went and bought some new ones today. I'll take you along with me while I build them, kind of give you an idea of my setup and how I do it. So this is the light I went and bought. I got it at Harbor and Freight, and it's 12 volt up to 24 volt. I've already put one on. I mounted it on a piece of aluminum, and I got it bolted to the 2x4. 2x4 is 10 foot long. That way, when I set it up, it'll be up over my head, shining downwards towards the bank and my rods. It lights up better that way. Plus, it keeps the bugs way up in the air out of my face, because they'll attract to the light, and then the light will be up over my head, so it keeps the bugs out of my face too. Like, that's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. But like I said, it's a Road Shock LED 3-inch floodlight. 965 lumens. 12 to 24 volts. Beam distance 335 feet. And like I said, it's 12 to 24 volts. I run all my fishing lights off of a 20 volt max lithium DeWalt drill battery. I take 3 of these with me when I go fishing. And after I hook my lights up, I got a wire that runs down the back of the board, and a thing that I can sit my battery on, and I just plug that wire into my battery. This battery, one battery, will run these lights for about 2.5 hours, which is pretty good. I take 3 batteries with me in case I want to fish all night. But we're going to get this other one mounted up and get going. What I done is I drilled some holes here. That way, when I get them on there, they're on these brackets. The light will tilt up, it'll tilt down, and if I got rods setting separate, I can shine one light this way, and then I can take this one, leave it straight, or I can swivel it the other way. That way I cover more area with my light. That way I don't have to have my rods all sitting in one place. I can put 2 or 3 over here and 2 or 3 rods on the other side and just shift my light. And these lights here, they come with a plug. It's pretty windy. I'm having to talk loud, I'm sorry. These lights come with a plug. Plugs right in. So what I done is I took the wire that I'm going to use, and I went ahead and run it to these 2 plugs that come with the lights. So it's going to sit like this when I plug them up. That way I can unplug them and everything when I'm done and not mess my wires up. But all I done was take the plug and connect it with wire connectors to the hot and to the ground. Same way on this one. And then I ran them down to a single and connected them together. So this one wire will run to my battery. And how I hook it to my battery, I take these little wire connectors like this, and they plug in right into the negative and into the positive of the battery. Works great. I've been doing it for a really long time. This is what I use to plug into my drill battery. Negative, positive. Hooks right into the drill battery, and like I said, it'll last a while. These came with the light. It just plugs into the cord on there. I already got one set up, then I thought, well, let me make a video on this, because I have had a couple people ask about it. So we'll do a little video of me since I'm going to build some new ones. Let me get everything unboxed and bagged here. This is the light. Pretty nice light. And the bracket just goes in the back here. Screws go in the side. Hold it. First, we're gonna put this bracket on first. It's easier that way. Like I said, I apologize if there's a lot of wind in the camera. It's very windy today. Well, can't hold on to the nut. There we go. This is the tricky part. You gotta slide these nuts down in these little slots. And this bracket and the light just slides right down on it. It's got a little hole that it fits in. Can't miss it. Once we get them on there, the lights, they come with an Allen wrench. Just tighten it down. It's got a lock nut on it, so once you get it tight, it shouldn't back off. Same way with the bolt that holds the bracket. It's got a lock washer on it, so once you get it cinched down, should be good. Same thing to the other side. Just tighten it down. once you get it tight, see, we'll do the same thing. You can move it, tilt it, high or low, whichever way you need to point it. Turn it side to side. And that's what I like, is to be able to adjust my light. So if I'm having to retie a fishing rig, I can leave one light shining on my fishing poles. I can shine another one towards the back of my truck, and I don't have to sit there with a headlamp on. I can just use the light from that. Or I can keep one shining towards the water where my poles are, and I can keep one up on the bank where I'm walking around at. Helps a lot. So I can see what I got going on up there. I don't have to keep both of them all the time shining towards my fishing poles. I can move them whichever way I want to. There we go. That one's a little loose. Got it now. Like I said, then I'll take this and I run it down the back of my board. And generally what I'll do is I'll take some electrical tape or something and I'll put some around the board in this wire to keep it, you know, on the back of it. That's what I want. Then you're just gonna plug them up, just like that. They're hooked up. I mean, I know it's daylight, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna hook a battery to it and see if we can see them come on to show you that they work. Everything's zoomed in here. Like I said, I use drill batteries when I'm fishing. Just take this in, plug it up. Now I got lights. The one on the left doesn't look as bright because it's shining more out towards the house over there. The other one's shining more straight towards the camera. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. Those are gonna look real good. Like it. That's how I do it. And when I'm done fishing, I just unplug my battery. You can also use these with a car battery. I normally use a car battery too, but I actually dropped my car battery, busted the whole side of it, and I just never really bought another one. I just started using drill batteries because these lights go up to 24 volts and my drill battery is 20 volts. So, and they last 2.5 hours and they're a lot easier to charge. So, makes a huge difference. And they're a lot lighter to carry at a long distance. If I'm fishing far away from my truck, I can just throw the batteries in my backpack and take off. Let me, one second. I'll show you my setup, how I do it with the light when I set it up. Okay, so I have this piece right here welded to a rebar. My brother-in-law actually built this for me. He fishes a lot too, and he built this for us to hold our lights and stuff, which was a great idea. He also built some rod holders like this I got over there too. It's just not this big, they're more square. So what I do is I drive this in the ground. So I drive that thing in the ground like that. And then I can just set my light right down in that. Just like that. My wife's over there laughing at me. Right here talking. See, it ends up being up in the air like that, which ends up working great because, like I said, it keeps the bugs and everything out of your face. They stay up in the air next to the light. All I do is drive that in the ground, stick the board in it. My brother-in-law actually built that for me. And once I have it set up, I can always turn my lights on the top to adjust them whichever way I want to. Hey, did you get some electrical tape? Okay. It's fine. I can use duct tape holder. The white ones in there. That's how I do it. That's how I do my lights. And also, another thing is if I'm fishing somewhere close to my truck, this thing fits right down into my truck on the side of the bed. And then I can use it like that. Then I can use it just like that if I'm fishing close to my truck. Have everything tilted down. But most of the time, I just drive it into the ground. It's a lot easier. But also, you don't have to worry about all this being in your way because this is going to be all taped up out of the way. As a matter of fact, let me step inside and get some tape. I don't have any electrical tape, so I'm just gonna use this regular duct tape. We're not taping any wires, we're just taping it to the board so it's not flopping around in the way. Like I said, don't have to be nothing fancy. You just holding the wires out of the way. And I'll probably change this with black tape so it don't look so crazy looking with white on it. Not that it matters, but and I normally go about 2 feet from the end because I have to slide it down in that thing and I don't want my wires in there. That's it. Might put a little right here. Keep these wires from stretching on each other. That way they don't stretch and pull loose from the light itself on the inside. Keep them steady. There we go. Alright, had to get 2 screws. I'll show you why. See, I can take just 2 regular screws like this. Put them in an angle. I got my light set up, I can take this get it up here out of my way like that, and I can set my battery on it. I can set my battery and my wires up off the ground so nobody's tripping over them. Then I plug everything right up. Oh, let me put them in too far. There. You plug everything up, got your wires out of the way. You got your battery up off the ground. That's how I do it. That way you don't have anything in the way. Like I said, that's just how I do it. I had some people ask, so that's how I do my light. Hope that helps somebody. It's easy to do. These lights were, like I said, this is what I got. They were $21 a piece. It's what I paid for them. Not bad at all. But that's it. That's how I build them. And that's, like I said, I hope it helps somebody. Hope y'all can get some use out of this video. Get y'all some lights set up and do y'all some night fishing too. God bless all of y'all, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you.